Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Daily English Explainer. We're tackling what is arguably the single most important topic in English grammar, tenses. But listen, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by all the rules, don't worry, you are in exactly the right place. By the end of this explainer, you're going to understand all the major tenses in a way that is clear, logical, and honestly pretty effortless. Let's get right to it. So think about how computers actually understand English. They don't memorize endless frustrating rules. They just use simple pattern recognition. And guess what? You can totally do that too. Instead of stressing over textbook definitions, we're just going to look at tenses as simple, repeatable patterns. Because at its core, all a tense really does is tell us when an action happens. That's the whole secret. Now, the absolute key to making this work is understanding your verb. Think of the verb as the actual engine of your sentence. It's driving the action or the state of being. And a tense, well, that simply attaches a timestamp to that action. Is it happening right now? Did it already happen yesterday? Or is it going to happen tomorrow? Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the building blocks. Then we'll master the present tense, move on to the past tense, tackle the future tense, and finally, wrap up with some really easy tricks to remember it all. All right, part 1, the building blocks. Before we even touch the timeline, we've got to get our foundational tools sorted out. Every single verb in English takes a few different forms, and we can just label them V1 through V5. V1 is your root word, like eat. V2 is the past form, ate. V3 is the perfect form, eaten. V4 is that continuous ing form, eating. And V5 is the present singular S form, eats. Basically, we're just going to plug these 5 forms into our equations like math variables. Simple, right? Moving on to part 2, mastering the present tense. Okay, visually, I want you to lock yourself right here, smack in the middle of our timeline. We are hyper-focused on the present moment, so everything we're about to discuss in this section is anchored right here, happening now or happening on a regular basis. This is where grammar literally becomes simple math. Look at the present simple. You just take your subject, drop in your V1 root verb, and add an object. That's your formula. Now, if you want the present continuous, the formula shifts just a tiny bit. It's the subject plus a helping verb, am, is, or are, and then you plug in that V4 ing form. It is truly that systematic. Let's see that math in action. I play cricket is a general fact, using that simple formula. But watch how easily it transforms. If you switch to the continuous formula, you get I am reading a book, which tells us exactly what is actively happening at this very second. You literally just swap the variables. Next up, we've got the perfect forms. For actions that are totally completed or maybe have been continuing for a specific period right up to this moment, we just bring in the helping verbs has or have. Check out the present perfect formula. Subject plus has or have plus our V3 perfect form verb. Easy. So what does that actually sound like? I have finished my homework. Boom, the action is done, but the result matters right now. Or look at the perfect continuous. I have been studying for 2 hours. This perfectly captures an action that kicked off in the past and is still actively grinding away right now. You're just dropping the words into the slots. All right, let's keep this momentum going. Part 3. Mastering the past tense. Now we're shifting our perspective backward. We're pointing at yesterday, last week, last year. Everything we talk about in this section is completely wrapped up and permanently in the rearview mirror. The amazing thing here is that the rhythm of our formulas stays exactly the same. We're literally just swapping out a couple of variables. For past simple, you just plug in your V2 past form verb. For past continuous, instead of am, is, or are, you just grab their past equivalents, was and were. Following that exact same logic, she goes effortlessly becomes she went to show a completed past action. Want to show an ongoing action in the past? Just use the continuous formula to get I was reading a book, which is basically a snapshot of something that was in progress during a very specific moment back then. Now, what if you want to describe an event that was totally completed in the past before another past action even happened, or one that was continuing way back then? We just shift our helping verb from has or have over to had. Honestly, that single little word had is your clearest flashing neon sign that you are dealing with a past perfect. And by sticking to these formulas, you can describe those layered, complex past events without any confusion whatsoever. Take a look. She had left before I arrived. two separate things happen in the past, but using that past perfect formula beautifully clarifies which one happened first. It removes all the guesswork. Moving right along to part 4, mastering the future tense. Okay, we are jumping all the way to the far right of our timeline now. We are focusing entirely on tomorrow, next week, and all the actions that haven't even happened yet. Now listen, the ultimate cheat code for the future tense is just one word: will. Adding will instantly locks our building blocks firmly into the future. For the simple future, it's literally just will plus your V1 verb. For continuous, you just use will be plus the ing form. The pattern is so satisfying once you see it. By just plugging these words into your equations, you can predict any future scenario with total confidence. I will play cricket is your simple future fact. Meanwhile, I will have completed my work looks ahead to a specific deadline in the future and boldly claims that, yep, the action will be perfectly finished by then. And finally, part 5, easy tricks to remember. I love this slide because this matrix right here is your ultimate hack. Tenses are really just combinations of time and aspect. You just match the time, present is now, past is yesterday, future is tomorrow, directly with the action's progress. Is it simple? That's a regular action. Continuous, it's actively in progress. Perfect, completed. Perfect continuous, continuing for a specific period. You literally just combine any time with any aspect, apply the simple math formula we learned, and boom, you have flawless English grammar. As you can see, mastering grammar isn't about rote memorization. It's just about recognizing these repeatable patterns. Tenses literally give you the power to bend time with your words. If you just practice one tense every single day, I promise you, your English is going to improve so rapidly. So, thinking about everything we just covered, which equation are you going to use to tell your next story? Speak better, learn daily. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.